Morning! We've just parked up at Gatesgarth farm, the bottom end of Buttermere Lake, where we've headed down the road about 20 yards, took a footpath to our right across the road, and we're heading up onto Fleetwith Pike via Fleetwith Edge, and then we're going to cross around to Haystacks. So we're just heading up Fleetwith Edge now, just at the start of it. There's a little white cross memorial up there. We've got High Crag, High Style and Red Pike. Buttermere Lake. Beyond Buttermere Lake we've got Crummock Water and Melbreck. This side we've got Robinson. The ridge isn't hard to find and it's not hard to follow. Basically runs straight up the nose of Fleetwith Pike. The forecast is for it to clear later this morning and then for it to come back in later this afternoon, so hopefully it'll do that. There's a bit of clag up there now on the high fells. That's the pitch bit of the path over, and we're on the nose of the ridge now. There she is. Here's the Rockstar. We're about halfway up the ridge now. It's just starting to clear now, so you never know, we might get lucky. To the right of me, we've got Warnscale Bottom, just in that little col there. That's going to be our first port of call today, after we've reached the summit of Fleetwith Pike. There's a few little scrambly bits on the ridge, but nothing technical. The ridge starts to narrow as you get nearer the top. It also starts to get steeper. Come on, Billy. We're not far from the summit now. Thankfully that clag has finally lifted for us. It's turning out to be a nice day. The wind's dropped as well. Away goes the old Rockstar, picking his easiest route. Hello. What are you doing in there? Have you got stuck? Let's have a look then. No, you're just waiting for me. There is a little bit of exposure on Fleetwith Pike, but compared to a lot of ridges, I don't think it's too bad. It looks worse than it is. Although the rock does get very greasy, especially on days like this when there hasn't been any sun to dry it out. It's that time of year, catches you out a little bit. The rock suddenly turns slippery from being dry in the summer. There's Robinson, Haystacks and Dalehead just over the Honister Pass from us, and to the right of us across Haystacks there in the distance, the magnificent pillar. Oh man, I just can't put the camera away today. Just look at these views. These have got to be the best views in the Lake District. The view from Fleetwith Pike down Buttermere and Crummaquarter, that one is regarded as one of the best views in England. Just above this little false summit we should see the summit of Fleetwith Pike. And here she is, Fleetwith Pike summit, 648 metres. It's a Wainwright, a Burkitt, a Hewitt, a Nuttall and a Hump. And once again, there's that view. From the summit we're going to head southeast, drop down a good chunk of descent and head over to Warnscale Bottom, which is just over there somewhere, about there. From there we're going to follow this ridge line across to Haystacks. The path drops away nice and gently in the direction of Dub's Quarry, and another little bothy, Dub's Hut. Just down here you can just see the top of the quarry there. We're just dropping down to Dub's Hut now. Across the way there we've got Little Round How and we've got Great Round How, two little Burkitts. We ain't going to do them today because we've done them multiple times, but we will cross under Little Round How. As you can see, the footpath just runs below it. So this one's Dub's Hut. It's a nice little bothy. We'll go and have a look in. It's a nice little camping bothy. fresh water for you there. Doesn't get much better than that. Here's the entrance. And there you go. Big bench there, a double bench here, and a nice wood burning fire which hasn't been in for very long. From Dub's Hut we led across the way to Warnscale Bottom, another little bothy that I think is nicer than this one. When we cross the beck here, rather than take the clear path underneath a little round howe, we're going to veer off to the right and find a less clear path which will take us to Warnscale Bottom. Just over the beck, take a right and you'll see this faint track heading west. It's a little bit wet and boggy. There's High Crag and Ice Style over the way from us. Warnscale Bottom is a little bit harder to find than Dub's Hut. It's the one you get the absolute glorious sunset from. You drop down Warnscale Gill quite a way before you find the bothy. It should just be behind this corner somewhere. Ah, there it is below us. And here it is. What a little beauty, eh? Watch your head on that one. I don't know, you tell me. Look at this little bothy, what a beauty. Dark in here. Same little fire as Dub's Hut. This one will get a lot warmer. There's that classic window frame view. We're going to head steeply up the scree behind the bothy and find our path and continue to Haystacks. I think that's a fox trap just there. Old-fashioned way of trapping foxes. I'm not sure of that, but I have seen fox traps in other places and they look very similar, so don't quote me on that one. Just looked like one. It certainly wasn't a shelter. We're just making our way carefully back to a recognisable path here. This looks a bit more like a path. We'll head up the gully here. So next stop will be Innominate Tarn. The little hill to the right of me there is Green Crag. It's a nice little viewpoint. It's got a cairn on top, 528 metres. I think it's a singe, but we're not going up there. Not today. Blackbeck Tarn should come into view soon. To our left. There it is. A good little fishing tarn apparently. I think it's got little trout in it, brown trout. And there's Haystacks straight ahead of us with High Crag in the sunlight behind it. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Cross Blackbeck and then back up to the side. We're just approaching Wainwright's final resting place, Innominate Tarn. Absolutely beautiful. The distant hills, we've got Great Gable, Kirkfell, and once again the mighty pillar. We're not far from the summit of Haystacks now. There's Ennerdale and the west. The summit of Haystacks and its tiny summit tarn. That's my favourite tarn in the Lake District. I love it. It's nameless. Summit's just up there. I'm just going to cross over this ridge onto the true summit, because at the end of the ridge there's a cairn here, but it isn't actually the summit. It's at the other end. Haystacks summit, 597 metres. It's a Wainwright and a Burkitt, and it's marked by that metal post. From the summit we're going to head west and scramble our way down into Scarth Gap, just down here, and head back to Gatesgarth farm, which is just down there. Yeah, so there's a short scrambly section down from the summit, just there. Just take care when you're coming down there. There's a few steep steps. Head down the clear path into Scarth Gap. Scarth Gap is the pass from Buttermere into Ennerdale. Go on, lad, go on. Good boy. A couple of more scrambly bits into Scarth Gap. Come on, lad. Come on, Billy. Go on, lad. Going down. Good boy. Go on then. And still the scrambly bits continue. We're not far down into Scarth Gap Pass now. when you hit the big cairn at the bottom of the scrambly bit, Scarth Gap Pass, take a right and it'll drop you down into Buttermere. I'd just like to take a moment to say thank you for the response to a recent video that I posted, a video on Borrowdale, me Tracy and Billy, just a low level walk, 2 days, 2 4-mile walks. I put them both in as one walk so you could link them together and do an 8-miler. But yeah, I'm absolutely flabbergasted. I'm delighted. Over 1,000 views in the first 2.5 days. I don't understand why. It was a lovely walk, beautiful time of year, probably the best time of year to feature a walk on Borrowdale, autumn. I had the drone out a lot, but yeah, I mean the comments were fantastic, people saying that my videos are improving. I take on every single comment, and anything I could do better, I do. But yeah, it's a tough nut to crack, is YouTube. That first 500 subs seem to take forever, but we're on almost 800 now, I think, and Tracy's past her 500. And if you want to watch that video, I think it's 2 videos back. Don't forget to give it a like, give it a comment, tell me what you think of it. We're almost down Scarth Gap now. Once we hit the bottom, we'll cross Peggy's Bridge and we'll wander down that long road there in between them 2 fields. So yeah, I'm going to wrap my video up here and say thank you for watching. It hasn't been a long walk, about 5 mile, but it has been a long video, so I hope you enjoyed it. I believe that this little short walk is probably, if not the best short walk in the Lake District. You know, the reason for the video being so long is there's just so much to film, so much to see, you know, them little boffies, the crags. It's just an absolute delightful walk. So yeah, if you liked it, please think about giving me a subscribe. Once again, thank you for everybody who already has subscribed, and I'll see you again. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from our lad, the Rockstar, steaming on ahead of me.